Let's take a look at problem 727, and again this problem is there in the problem data set. And then what I have done is I have listed the activity A through F. This is the predecessor requirement for each one of those activities, and the duration of each activity is here, and then the total cost for each activity is given, and the weekly cost is the ratio of the total cost to the duration, that is 1400 by 2, that's 700, 4800 by 3, which is 1600. Now when you take these two relationship and express them, we get the precedence diagram, and that's what I have here. And the time is for each activity, how long it lasts. Okay, now go through these activities and then compute what the project length is going to be, or how long this project is going to last. Early start, early finish, late start, late finish, this is how we had listed before, and this is how you are used to it. So get the early start, late start for each one of those activities. So now here it can start right now. Early finish is 2. For activity B, early start is going to be 2, and early finish is going to be 2 plus 3, that's 5. So go ahead and then calculate the early start, early finish, late start, late finish for each one of those activities. Okay, then identify the critical path, and the one here for which the early start, late start, or early finish, late finish are the same is highlighted in red. This is the critical path. Critical activities are A, C, E, and F. Okay, now let's do the weekly budget based on the early start times here. What I have here is the activity A through F. The early start time from this diagram that I have are 0, 2, 2, 6, 6, and 9. The duration of those activities I have listed here, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 3. Cost per week is given here. Activity A, early start right now. So we have to start right now, and that is start off week 1, $700. It's going to last for 2 weeks, $700. Activity B starts after 2 weeks, that is the end of the second week, that is the start of the week 3, that is 1600, 1600, and 1600. Okay. Activity C also starts after week 2, end of week 2. So that is end of week 2, beginning of week 3 is that 1000, 1000, and 1000. Activity D starts after 6 weeks, so that is end of week 6, beginning of week 7, that's over here 1400 and 1400. And so also is activity E, but it's going to last for 3 weeks, $800, $800, and $800. Then activity F starts after 9 weeks, so that means start of the 10th week, lasts for 3 weeks, $500 each. So the weekly total is nothing but the sum of that column. That's the weekly total, sum of that column. So once you have that, then what you do is you copy the formulas all throughout. You copy the formula all throughout. Okay. So in other words, if you go and then if you click, always when you copy the formula, make sure that it has done it is done right. 1600 and 1000, that is 2600. That's right. That's the weekly total. Now the cumulative total here is, now for week 1 it is the same thing, but for week 2 it is whatever the cumulative at the end of week 1 was, add to that the week 2 expenses, that is this plus that. Okay, once you have that, then you can copy the formula throughout. Then go back and then click on any cell. So the weekly total for week 4 should be the cumulative for week 3 at the end of week 3, then what you incur in week 4, that is that. So the copy, when you copy the formula, when you first put the formula and when you copy through, double click it, always make sure it is picking up the right information. Okay, right information. So what it says is by end of week 12, we would have altogether spent $16,900 and the project would be done. Okay, now right over here I have listed the weekly budget based on late start time. Again, go back for A through activity F, get their start time based on the latest start 0, 4, 2, 7, 6 and 9. The time duration is the same, weekly cost is the same. Now activity A is the same as what we had before. Now look at activity B. Activity B, the start time, early start time was 2. Now here is the early start time is 4. So that means after 4 weeks, that is the beginning of week 5, you incur $1,600 for 3 weeks each. Then now activity C, since it is critical, it is the same as what we had before. You got to start after week 2, that is the start of week 3. For 4 weeks, you incur $1,000 each. Now activity D, here it is 7, here it is 6. So that means you start activity C after 7 weeks. Okay, after 7 weeks. So this should be actually like that 800. No, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. Activity D is after 7 weeks, that is for a start of 8 week. That's right here, 800. Now 1400 and 1400. But activity E is the same as what we had before. It's a critical activity. You start after week 6, that is start of week 7. Right there, 800, 800 and 800. Activity F is same as before. It's a critical activity. You start after week 9, that is the start of week 10 for 3 weeks. Okay. Now when you add the total just like before, this is the weekly expenses, and the cumulative expense is whatever the cumulative expense that was there for the as of last week, and add to that the current week. So that's the cumulative expenses. As you see here, the total cost that is incurred is exactly the same, 16,900 and 16,900. So next what I want to do is I want to create the graph that I had shown you before. So that I want to do it on an X sheet. So we have 12 weeks. What I had done is week 1 through 12, cumulative cost based on early start time, cumulative cost based on latest start time. So these are the numbers I want to, copy and paste right there. So let me go back. Cumulative total based on early start. Go. Copy. Now remember, each one of them have a formula that is built in there. So when I copy into the next sheet right there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the paste special. In the paste special, the default is all. That means values, formulas, and all those things. But what I want is nothing but the values, not the formula, because that refers to a different worksheet. So copy just the values. Now go back and get the cumulative total cost based on the latest start. Right click, copy, then come to this sheet over here, and again right click, copy, that is paste special, just the values and nothing else. Click OK, and now let's create the chart. Highlight that, then hold and press the control button, go and then pick up the cumulative cost for early start and late start. As you can see, between these two data sets right there, there is a thin white line that runs. So against this week, we want to plot these two different costs. Insert the scatter diagram. Let's take that one. So immediately, we get this. Now, if you go, then if you click that one, so what is this data? That is my early start. If you click on this one, that is late start. So the blue is early start, the red is late start. Go right click over there, change chart type. No, not that one, I'm sorry. select the data, series 1, edit. So that is based on early start. Based on early start, click OK. Select series 2, edit. So this is based on late start times. Okay, click OK and you get that one. Now against week, this is the cumulative Okay, so that's a cumulative chart that shows the project cost as we go through. So this is the area where by scheduling the activity a little late, you can have a potential savings on the cost of capital that you would have paid.